Hi, welcome to Julius Bar. Today we're gonna test some Japanese canned whiskey eyeballs. So I did exactly the same video a couple of years ago, but I realized that time passed, products change, prices have changed, and we get so much more tourists nowadays here in Japan, especially because yen is so cheap and technology helps a lot in translating the Japanese language for foreigners. So we never have as many tourists as right now, and you might be tempted to just go into a convenience store and try out some of the whiskey highball. So today my mission is to update you on what I have found, and let's get down to testing these highballs. And we are gonna start with the Jim Beam, and I'm gonna start with the Jim Beam because one is the lightest one, comes at 6% ABV instead of 8, 8, 8 and 9%. And second of all, it was pretty cheap. I'm gonna show you all the prices a bit later. And third, it's not just whiskey. It's a Jim Beam whiskey, some, but partly I think it's spirits, which could be really anything. Could be vodka, could be shochu, we don't know. So let me get a rock of ice for this glass, and let's pour our first contendant, our first whiskey highball. So, but beside whiskey spirits, which I don't know what it is, and bubbles, that's about it for the contents of this can. All the other ones are gonna be just soda and whiskey, which sounds pretty good to me. So let's give this a shot. 6% Jim Beam. Actually, I'm gonna put there all the prices. Jim Beam comes as 170 yen in 7-Eleven convenience store. Yeah, it's not terrible. And I must say, I drank it first on purpose. Because I'm pretty sure if I drink this after the other ones, which are higher gradation, I will be feeling really down. Kind of like when here in Japan, we have beer and there is a poshu, which is kind of like beer with no malt in it. And if you just drink a poshu, you might be fine. But if you try a beer and then you go to a poshu, you taste it's really bad. So I applied the same concept here, starting from the weakest one and going to the best. I don't know. Anyway, this is one of the cheapest, 170 yen. We have 21 milliliters of alcohol, and so the price of 1 milliliter of alcohol is 8.1 yen, which is actually right in the middle of the pack. Yeah, don't mind it, but it's pretty light, 6%. Don't cut it, and also, yeah, you can taste in the aftertaste that it's not all whiskey. Well, let's go on with the Scotch Whisky Highball. Last time I tried this, and it was kind of my favorite. It came second in our contest of Whiskey Highball, just after his brother, the same brand but smoky. I couldn't find the smoky this time, so I kind of know what to expect from this one. I'm just gonna have it again for reference. Let me get a rock of ice. It's produced by Kokubu Group, but it says something about Takara Shuzu. I don't know. Anyway, it's just grain whiskey, so not single malt, but a blended Scotch, 8% ABV. Really pale, like I noticed even last time. Probably they use a young Scotch with no added coloring. Let's have a sip. The smell, it's really more malty and stronger than the Jim Beam. Nice, smell nice. And the flavor is also nice, really scotchy. Despite being made with blended scotch, you can really feel the malt, and it's quite good. Decent, not bad at all. Let's go on right away to the teachers, which is gonna be direct comparison. I think I got this at an extremely low price because it was as expensive as the Jim Beam, but I don't think it makes sense. Probably, maybe it was on sale, maybe it was a new product and I got a good deal with it. Let me get a rock of ice, because in fact if we consider the price of these teachers based on the milliliter of alcohol we're getting, it's actually the cheapest, the most convenient. But I doubt they will keep this extremely low price after the initial sale. Color wise, darker definitely than the Scotch Whisky Highball. Let's have a sip. Let's double check. Malt or grain? Yes, this is also just malt whiskey, grain whiskey and soda. Nice malty smell, not too dissimilar from the black amber. Okay, it's a bit more thin. It's a bit more thin than this black one. Dissipates faster in your mouth. Let me have one more sip of this Scotch Whisky Highball. I prefer this black one. They are similar, but this has a more intense flavor. Now let's go on with Irish Whiskey Highball. Egan's, never saw this before. Always 8%, always just Ireland whiskey and soda. Let me get a rock of ice. And let's pour this Egan's Irish Whiskey Highball. Light color, in between as intensity between these two. This is the lightest one, this is the yellowest one, the teachers, and this is right in between, the Egan's. Cheers. Nice lighter, less malty, but I like Irish whiskey. This is tasty. It goes down really well without being too thin. Pretty good. Yeah, not bad at all. I like it quite a bit. It's slightly more expensive than both the Scotch and the Teachers, coming at 258 yen, and the price per milliliter of alcohol is 9.2. So, slightly more expensive. I guess you have to pay the brand and the fact that they are basically pouring straight from a famous brand. It's really pleasant. If I was out to one of these Japanese party, or like Sakura in April when there are the cherry trees and everybody goes under the trees and drink, I think this would be a good alternative. I prefer this one, but it's a bit more intense. It's like you have to be into it. Like this one, I guess you can do all afternoon drinking just this and you're gonna be fine. Goes down easy, it tastes decent, and I like it. Yeah, no problem with these Egans. But now for the star of the show, which is Hakushu. I have many online contacts in Instagram. When this came out, everybody was drinking this. It's crazy expensive. 600 yen. It's triple the amount of money that you would pay for this one. And I was almost like, should I really buy it? It seems like a steal, not like a steal for me, but a steal for them, for Suntory company. The funny thing is that at 600 yen, it's 9% ABV, so you get a slightly more alcohol in 31.5 milliliter of alcohol. But you're paying 19 yen for each single milliliter of alcohol. And the funny thing is that if you have to buy a bottle of Hakushu right now from Amazon, it will cost you even more. 1 milliliter of alcohol in a bottle of Hakushu will cost you 21.4. Actually, I got the math wrong. It's more than double. It's like 45 yen per milliliter of alcohol if you buy yourself a bottle of Hakushu, and when you wanna make an highball, you're gonna have to top it off with the effort to put the soda and the price of the soda. It's crazy. So this is a bargain, even though it's insanely expensive. So let me get a rock of ice and let me test if an Hakushu canned highball can be 3 times better than a Scotch highball. It's just the craziness of the Japanese whiskey, man. And Suntory is just playing it not in a way I appreciate. Anyway, cheers. It smells good. It smells good. It's really tasty. It's really, really tasty. Damn, but 600 yen? It's good though. It's the best. In this lineup, I must say they did a good job, and they did 9%. It's optimized, perfect amount of alcohol. It's good, but that's your choice. You can drink 3 of this or 1 of this. Let me go back to the Egans. Yeah, this Hakushu is really good. Damn you, Suntory! Hit you! How can you sell something this expensive? Anyway, if I have to rate this whiskey highball, well, last one, this one, because it's not even 100% whiskey or bourbon. It's a bit of a cheating thing. If you want to drink Jim Beam highball, just buy the bottle of Jim Beam and a bottle of soda and do your thing, man. Because you're gonna save money, it's gonna be way better. Second from last, so I will say the Teachers. It's a good effort, but I prefer both these two. I will put these on the same plane. The Scotch Whisky highball is still great. Let me have one more sip. It stands up to ice also well, because it's a bit more intense. But it really depends on your preference. This is a bit more intense, more malty. This is a bit lighter, goes down easy, and it's really nice. And number 1 is this one. But is it worth 3 times the money of this one? No, it's not worth 3 times the money, but you know, it's the law of lower returns, isn't it like that? As you get higher in the price, you get less for the more price. Yeah, this is good though. I cannot deny it. Yes, this flowery smell. The maltiness is not so obvious. It's kind of like mellow and flowing. It's damn good. It's damn good. The right thing to do would be to buy a Nikka whiskey and then make yourself an highball with a Nikka whiskey. Because Suntory is playing it too hard. What kind of prices are these? It's you get yourself a Taketsuro or a Yoichi, or one of the newer brands like a Toguchi. It's great if you can find it. I would personally go for the bourbon route, Japanese. The Fuji single grain from Kirin is freaking great. So if you have the possibility of going and get a bottle of whiskey and the soda, that's definitely better. But of course, if you're buying a can, it's because either you don't have the time, you don't have the space, you're on a train or something. All Japanese people drink on the Shinkansen, so maybe you're on a Shinkansen on a trip and you're like, oh, like, let's get something like this. Or you're at a party, a Japanese party where everybody is gathering and everybody's drinking from a can. You don't want to be an asshole and bring your bottle or something. And so, yeah, you might get this one. But still, unless you're living in Roppongi, you're gonna look like a asshole drinking this stuff. It's too expensive for normal Japanese people. I would rather go with this one. It's more blue color. You're gonna drink something good, but you're not showing off. But this one is number one. It's good. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, share with me you like and don't like. Come and visit Japan and try some of this from a convenience store. And hopefully I will see you next time. Cheers. As a bonus content to this video about whiskey highball, I thought I would try this lemon sour thing they started selling in convenience store here in Japan. It says like world first on this paper thing, and on the label it says like new lemon sour original Homono, the real lemon slice. Yeah, the selling point of this thing is that it contains a real slice of lemon. So let's give this a try. The ingredients are vodka and lemon, sugar, vitamin C, some flavoring. I don't know. Let's give this a shot. And because most of the fun is gonna be in opening it, I'm gonna try to get the camera close to it. So hold on a second. Well, it seems like we are in focus. Let's give this a try. Let's see if I can show it on camera. It makes bubbles when you open it. Oh! Yeah, a real slice of lemon comes up. I don't know if this technique is in any way related to the one that Guinness used for his draft can beer. Probably not. They have a patent Guinness for that thing. Probably they found that a new way of making bubbles once you open the can. Anyway, let's give this a try. I'm gonna drink this straight from the can as it's intended to be drank. Yeah, it tastes like vodka lemon. Nothing more, nothing less. As canned drinks go, this is okay. It's 5% ABV. There is also a lighter version at 3%. I don't know why. Oh, this is refreshing and it tastes fairly natural for what it is. And not too much sugar. If you're looking for a lemon drink, this is definitely worth trying. I think it tastes better than most of them.